Hello guys, today we are talking about the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, and I got this comment and I want to talk about it briefly. We are living in day 6 of the aftermath of Helene in the mountains of North Carolina. Because I spent the summer prepping, we've been able to take in 2 families that have been displaced due to flooding. We still won't have power for a few more days, and our challenge has been securing gas for our generator to keep our food cold. Because of prepping, we've been able to reach out to help others when otherwise we couldn't have. Thank you for all the prepping advice. First of all, thank you, LaDonna, for listening, and thank you for watching us and supporting us. We really appreciate all of you guys who watch our videos, gives us thumbs ups, and support us. Okay, let's talk about this a little bit. Right now, we're in the middle, really bad wildfire in the mountains, just 10 miles from my house. And the amount of help and outpouring that is happening with this is unbelievable. Wyomingites, they jump in and they help the second somebody needs it. So I want to talk about this for just a minute. Part of prepping is so that when disaster strikes, first you can take care of yourself, and then once you are taken care of, you are strengthened and have the supplies to help other people. A lot of these people that are having to be evacuated for these wildfires, post after post after post on my local Facebook group for my town. If anyone needs a place to stay, I have a basement apartment. If anyone needs a place to stay, we can house your horses and you. If anyone needs a place to put their horses, let us know. If anyone needs a place to shelter their animals, let us know. If anyone needs any supplies, please let us know. And people are helping and helping, but you cannot help if you yourself are not prepared first. If you're not prepared, you're not going to be able to go in and help people, and valuable resources will be wasted on you when you could have been stockpiling an extra $5 every week for canned goods to get you through. Now, another big question that we get is, well, what about the freezers? I personally, now I know I live in the country. I know some people may have 4, 5, 6 freezers worth of food. I get that. They go hunting, they slaughter a cow, whatever. I get that. So that's a little bit more valuable than what I have. But because I purchased all of my meat on sale, I don't purchase any meat that's not on sale. I only have about $200 to $250 worth of meat in my freezers that would go bad, so to speak, if my power were to go out. So I personally do not worry about my freezers, and I wouldn't worry about wasting valuable gas on keeping my freezers going or my refrigerator going. $300 or $400 lost between your fridge and your big freezers, to me, is not worth wasting valuable gas in that situation that they're having in North Carolina. Now, if you're already stocked up and prepped and all that, and you have the resources to do that, it's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. But I'm just saying, as a general rule, you're not gonna lose that much food out of your freezer or your fridge. So I really wouldn't worry about it. Here in Wyoming, what I would be more worried about is making sure that I have heat in the winter in that type of a situation. So let's say you have a freezer full of food. What are you gonna do? Well, what I personally would do is I would break out the grills and start using the grills and start cooking my freezer food on the grills, and be sure to bring 1 or 2 things out so that it can start defrosting, so you're not having to cook it from a frozen state. So let's say you've lost power. You're like, okay, let's start eating up the freezer food. As soon as you know that, get something out for the next meal or two to start defrosting. And just open your door real quick, grab something and put it, you know, close it real quick. I would start using all that food to help feed rescue workers if it's needed. I would help it with my neighbors if it's needed. And then you could also cook it up or leave it raw even for dog and cat food for animals that need it, for pets that need it. Before I get to the next thing, this video is brought to you by our Dining on a Dime cookbook. It is 25% off in the description below. If you want to save money on your grocery bill so you can start stockpiling and make easy recipes that get you in and out of the kitchen quick, that your family will love, please go check it out in the description below. I've had viewer after viewer say their first trip to the grocery store, just after reading the tips, they have saved hundreds of dollars. Go check out our Dining on a Dime cookbook in the description below. On taking people in and housing them, make sure that you know who you're housing and you're okay with that, and you know the people. Most of the people here in Wyoming, someone knows someone knows someone, so you can get a verification if this is a person that you want to be bringing into your home or not. But get to know your neighbors. Get to know the people who may need help with housing. Know who the elderly and the disabled are in your neighborhood, your community, your family, who you're going to have to bring in, that type of thing. If you think someone may need to be housed, like elderly or somebody who's disabled, the very second that any type of trouble is even predicted, get them over to your house. Get them sheltered with you so that you don't have to worry about, when the floodwaters are rising, going and getting them and helping them get home. The next thing, when you're in that kind of a situation, and let's say you got caught off guard, the dam was breaking, the floodwaters are rising quick, or whatever. I know I'm gonna sound heartless, and I know there are gonna be people that will say, I will die with my pet if I need to. I get it, I've had pets in my life that I love like that, but if that's the situation, your pets will probably be able to survive on their own. If it's a dire situation, you may have to leave your pets to fend for themselves. That may sound harsh. Nobody's talking about that. But guys, this is the harsh reality. If you're having to be rescued because floodwaters are coming quick or whatever, your animal's life is not even a minute fraction of the value of your life. Go ahead and leave all the hate comments you want, but it's not. And I'm noticing with these situations that people are letting their emotions get the better of them instead of having a moment of shock, a moment of disbelief, and then moving on and figuring out what to do. You may not be able to take Sparky and Fifi with you if you're going. Put them in the garage or somewhere or wherever, someplace safe with their food, their box or whatever, if they have to, if you have to leave them, if you can. But guys, animals are really resilient. My son was telling me a story about a cat that got lost in Yellowstone. The family had it on vacation. They took their cat on vacation to Yellowstone. It got out and got lost. The cat walked 900 miles and made it 100 miles from home in California. And someone found it and took it to shelter, and they found it. The chances of your pet being alive are actually fairly good. Now, I know, I'm gonna get feedback on that, but things are getting bad enough now that you're going to have to start taking responsibility for yourself so that you can help others. And this is just some tough love from Tara. You can take it or you can leave it. I really don't give a flip if you decide to leave it. That's on you. I have sounded the warning, and if you don't want to listen, that's fine. But it's time to take care of yourself so you can then help out when there's a huge disaster.